Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Den of Pixel or Rick, and in today's video I will help you through a step-by-step isometric process. And if you're not familiar with the channel, you can see I have quite some experience under my pixels from, drawing and animating anything in any popular perspectives. Also, the bits you're seeing here and there are mostly clients and personal work that I've done over the years. So, if pixel art is something that you love just like me and you want to get better at it or just learn something new or just, see how other people do pixel art, you're in for a good one now. Because me personally, I enjoy watching people draw and do pixel art and try to understand their process. Also, shameless plug, if you want some isometric character template, I have those on my itch.io, link in description. But now we are gonna take a look at some games that actually inspired me to make that video. Pretty much we're gonna start with Metal Slug Tactics. That game, Metal Slug, they are pretty much the goats when it comes to animation. The all-time classics that Final Fantasy Tactics is, and also some pretty modern games like Triangle Strategy, but I'm not gonna show the games too long on screen right now because we're gonna move on to, actually doing something ourselves. But I apologize for that footage, my OBS didn't record, but I have the script on a sprite that record your pixel placement. And as you can see, I started with the usual three shades of one color to make a silhouette and do a character. But this is not my go-to method. I've used that method to do the sprites that I posted on itch.io. I use those colors. They help me, I get faster results doing that this way because as an artist, you will find pretty much shortcuts and things that will actually speed up your process. And doing it that way, I don't know, it helps me, get faster results and waste less time on actually trying to figure out what I'm looking at. So and also, this template that I'm doing on screen right now and another character template that I will show in a few minutes will be available for free in the description. And after that, as you can see, we are back on, me actually drawing on the screen. It's sped up, of course, because I don't want this video to be 1 hour, 2 hours long, but you can see the process right now. And what I would advise you to start with is keep the limbs of the character you're making on a different layer, because when you're starting to use that process, you will want to to minimize the the damage you do to the sprite, because if you want to go back, it's easier to do it on one limb, one layer at a time. And when you get comfortable doing that method, you just merge everything like I do right now on the screen, and you can do those big change without being scared. And when I'm doing those sprites, the reason I don't like, showing time lapse is because I'm a guy that actually takes a lot of time when I'm walking. And I like, to, even though it's something I've done pretty much a lot, when, let's say you're drawing a chest, a treasure chest for a game. We all know what a chest look like, but it's still gonna be something you're gonna think about, or you want the metal on the border of the chest to shine, where the lock is and stuff like that. Even though you've done it multiple times, for me personally, I still take the time to actually do the thing. But it's not necessarily a good thing to be like that, because further in the video I will show you something that I do now to get away from that mindset. So as you can see, it's pretty much me going through the frames and just adjusting and adding pixels, removing some until the work cycle is good to my eyes. And you know, when I'm looking at the sprite right now, all I'm thinking about is, do I need more frames, or am I happy with what I'm seeing right now? And that's pretty much the goal when you're making animation, unless it's client work, because the client is king in that case. But if it's just for learning, or if it's something that you're gonna sell yourself, um, that's what I'm thinking right now. I mean, I've added 8 frames on the screen right now, but I won't actually use the 8 frames to do a work cycle, because pretty much 6 or 5 is enough. And if as long as it looks good to me, that's all that matters. And here and there, I'm just removing, adding the outline, adding the shading, the colors, taking a look at the spacing between these frames, and just adding what's left to add. It's pretty much it is really simple to make sprites, in my opinion. And some people might disagree, because it's pretty much hard to start a new passion, and art in general is pretty much hard to learn. But in pixel art, what we can do first is play with shapes, play with blobs of color, just like I'm doing right now on the screen. Actually animate those shapes and colors that you have on the screen right now. And when you're good to go, when the things you've done look great, you can start doing what you need to do with them. So this video is gonna be pretty much me talking about what I think that's going on in my head when I'm doing art, pretty much. So if you don't want to hear me talking about everything and nothing at the same time, you can just mute the video and just enjoy the process. But I like to explain a bit. That's why I mostly do client work and I don't post much, because I've when I make a video, I'm like, man, are the people that are gonna watch that video are gonna enjoy it? Am I providing something to them? And I think if I just talk about the experience that I already have, I've been doing client work a lot, I've been doing stuff, and I've been enjoying the process. I've been living exclusively from, pixel art for the past 3 or 4 years. It's pretty much, what I do for a living at the moment. And what you're seeing right now on the screen is me just trying to make a video that will help people, just like that one YouTube short that I've made, and it has almost 30k views on that. When I go back to that video, I'm like, man, why are these people giving it that much attention? Because it's one simple short, but it helps so much people. And I'm pretty happy that I've made that short, because for me personally, that short sucks. But if you guys liked it, well, who am I to judge? It might help some people out there to jumpstart their pixel art career. As you can see on screen right now, after we're done with the animation, I've just wanted to show that, with the template that you do, you can easily do a character design as well. Even though I've struggled a bit right now, because I wanted to do a pirate, or a pirate character. Sorry for my accent, guys. I know people are gonna be, oh, that accent, but I rather do my vids in English. That way it can help more people. So, and when I'm doing that pirate, guys, I've noticed that I don't know what a pirate looked like, because as you can see right now, I'm adding a weapon to the little guy. I've added a, the typical pirate hat, but even though I've done that, I was like, some things looks off to me. So I went on, Pinterest and checked for some pirate designs. And as you can see right now, I'm adding the details. I'm adding, some things that will make him look better, and so that way when you see the design you're like, that's a pirate, unless that's just a random guy with a pirate hat and a sword. So I added, a coat, and I'm like, something is missing. So I'm just changing the boots color, adding a bit of, gold and yellow here and there. And for the last details, I also added, a bird on his shoulder, a parrot. Even though it's not textured properly, you can see that it looks already better than what I've had in mind first. Also, I will show you another example of me doing a character design on a character template that I made. You can see I started to animate the thing, and what I wanted to do first is a winged or um, a flying with a cape type character, but I was like, this is not, I wasn't in the mood to make that, so I swapped it for another character. I was like, I could do a mage that's, a prisoner that's chained with shackles and stuff like that. And I've rolled with it. And personally, I like the design. I really do, because it really feels like you could use that character and give her powerful spells and stuff like that. Because when you're taking a look at the character design right now, she has the shackles, she has, the rags for clothes, the hair is moving up a bit, strands of hair going up, showing that she's powerful, she's not to be messed with. But I was like, something is missing, and that's the thing, guys. When I'm doing a character, if I already have a solid template and animation, in my opinion, I can just play around with it and add stuff, just like this guy, the skeleton, hovering and being that sort of shield around her, magic shield. So yeah, when I've done that, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. But this is not something I probably would expand on. It's just, practice for me at this point. And also, this is pretty much something that I will get on my each page up. This is something that I'm working on right now. As you can see, I'm trying to get comfortable doing harder animation, because we need to try, guys, in order to grow. First it's gonna suck, but that, the just like this character, this is one of the first isometric character that I've done, and what I'm looking at right now, I'm pretty much not happy with it, because I'm gonna redo an axe type character template, and it will be miles better than this one, but I'm gonna give it away for free with the character template that we've done in this video on my Patreon. It's gonna be free, guys, just like the other 300 subs sled that I've done. So if you want that, if you're interested, using that character for, maybe using its animation to do your own or anything like that, I don't know, it will be up on my Patreon. So I've enjoyed doing that video. I don't know, maybe talking for the 15 minutes isn't something that I should do, but oh well. Who am I, I need to try stuff, just like I'm telling you guys to try stuff in pixel art to get better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that small video, even though 15 minutes isn't small for me. And just like I was saying, if you want that 300 sub tile set, it's still available on the Patreon, and the 400 sub special will be the axe character and the tile set that I've done in this video. It will be available soon enough. By the time this video is out, it will be on the Patreon. So if you want that, link in description. I also have the template on each if you want that, link in description, and stay tuned for more. I will be posting more soon enough. Thank you.